It has been about a week since any activity, and I am worried because Kevin never showed up the day after he said tomorrow there'll be a meeting. No contact with anyone. Brian hasn't showed up. It's been really calm, and it's been too quiet, if you know what I mean. It hasn't been good, but finally a member of the organization contacted me. His name is, I do not remember. I don't remember shit sometimes, but whatever. So, he should be here any minute. I came in the nick of time. Now I just gotta wait. Hey.
Wow. Greetings.
Handshake.
Nice to meet you.
I'm sorry. Nothing's been going really well for me recently. What's your name again?
John. Nice to meet you. Again.
Nice to meet you too. Alright. So where do you wanna go, like stay over there on the overlook
Sure.
and just
Fine.
discuss some things? Alright. It's pretty late out. Are you like lower right, or do you know what's been going on?
There's been some...
Disturbances. Let's just say disturbances. Let's just keep it at that.
Yeah. The ranks of the organization have had some changes lately.
They've had some changes.
Complications, if you will. That's all you need to know for now.
But the camera won't. I try to keep this on document if you don't mind being on camera, right?
Not at all.
All right. Since loud river and stuff, it's probably gonna be a little like low our voices. So let's go somewhere else. I know this is a nice place, but we could find somewhere else. We can go across the bridge up there.
It's not unusual that the initiates will want some of these meetings to take place on their terms, but they'll have to get used to doing some things our way, you understand.
Oh, I have no problem with that. Yeah, I haven't even been initiated yet. Kevin never. Is Kevin okay? That's my main question.
Right. Of course you're concerned for your friend. I understand that completely. Kevin's been very busy lately, and on top of that, he hasn't felt well, so I hope you'll understand if he's not able to see you for a while.
Yeah, that's...
He's a wonderful leader, and we're really all just as dismayed as you, but I would have to bet that you won't see him for quite a while. It's a matter of circumstance. I'll see if I can arrange a meeting, but beyond our leader's health and his workload is far beyond my control. So don't expect a meeting Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I never gave him a number. I just said show up tomorrow. So there's no way he could have contacted me. Told me he wasn't well. So I guess he just had to just not show up, which worried the shit out of me. But I'm alright now.
Well, I know I'm not your friend yet, but trust me, we'll be getting to know each other quite well.
Yeah, you're the organization. I'm just good at that. Good with that. But have you been working with trying to get? Has Brian been your target for a while?
Brian has been one of our primary targets for a long time now. We don't know much, but we know that something is wrong with him. Though
right here.
Lately, we have been trying our hardest to find any way to figure out what's up with him, and that is our main concern as of now.
I should probably turn this. My camera has a light, actually.
Good. Our main issue, though, is that whatever has corrupted him, if you will, is very mysterious and not going to be one of the easier cases. I understand that you are probably worried about your friend, but unfortunately, this is a mystery that we try our hardest, perhaps will not be cracked quite.
It's a mystery that is kind of a big one, I guess. It's not in my favor. Go.
All the same, I'm glad that you've decided to join us. It's always helpful to have more people, and perhaps you'll be especially useful considering this case is so close to you.
Yeah, it's very close to me. I'll help as much as I can. I can't believe this would happen to my best friend.
No one ever does see it coming. Trust me. I've lost more than many in our organization. You'll learn to deal with it eventually.
Yeah, I guess
My question is, has this loss affected your, or being talking about it and such, affected your ability to function in any way?
Well, I have been getting, I guess paranoid trauma.
But
So does
your work ability, has it dulled that in any way?
Has it? Well,
You're
not.
still able to work fine, right?
Yeah.
You haven't lost any of your
Wits? No.
career. Good. We wouldn't want you working on something so personal to you if you couldn't be exposed to something that meant something to you. That would be very bad. Well, I'm delighted to have you on the team then.
Yep, I'm happy to join. Anything to get Brian, because I know your goal is to get Brian back into, because I know something happened to him. It wasn't him. I guess I know you guys are trying to get him back into his shape, I guess. You don't want to kill him. Worst comes to worst, send him in the prison. But I know your main goal is just get him how he used to be. In some way, we have to use some sort of ways to knock sense in him, but we have to try.
We have protected generations past, and we always succeed. I'm sure we will find a way. We just need to dedicate ourselves to this, which is what so many have been doing, and we will succeed. This, I can assure you.
Yep, that's a good sign. Oh yeah. I feel assured. I feel this is the chance to get Brian how he was, but it's gonna be hard.
Oh, it will be tremendously hard, but unfortunately, we're your only option.
And the initiation. Look, I know initiation's a big part, but I know if it's okay with you, I could still be part of it, whatever. And since Kevin's, in his absence, we can't.
Indisposed at the moment.
Yeah. Right now, I guess I could still be of assistance without being technically initiated.
There are many ways you can help us, and it is true that not all of them involve initiation. So, I can understand this desire. Oh, I assure you, the best way to help your friend is to eventually join us.
I'm going to. Kevin, I know he's in bad condition.
Bad condition.
Well, it's kind of dark and, how uncomfortable I feel in this park. I don't mind since it's not that far. We could take a walk back and just talk about it. We can go back to my house. It's not that far.
Sounds like a great idea.
Right.
Let's go then.
So, you have any questions? I haven't been asked anything. I could offer something. If you have any questions to ask me, then just spit them right out.
Well, there is something that would be helpful to know. For example, do you know when you started to notice any changes in him?
Well, about a week before, a few weeks before, a little bit, a week before it started happening, well, before he went missing actually, he started going out of his mind. He talked about how he has to be at the park a lot every day, and how he has like these new friends we ended out with who I didn't trust, and I think these new friends were part of some fucking crazy cult that he joined, and that made him all
a sensible conclusion, I feel, I admit, but how much of it and his behavior do you remember, and did you have any intimations of his that he would disappear, or that anything truly out of the ordinary would happen before it did?
Kind of. I ignored it because I thought it was me going loco. But I'm sorry. What was the question? I know you asked me any signs that he went missing, but before that, you asked another question.
Would you have ever been able to predict what happened?
Like how he went missing? No, I thought that he either kidnapped or killed. I had no clue. Then I looked at the tapes and I thought the masked man captured him, or maybe even killed him. Then I figured out the masked man was in your organization. He was trying to protect me.
Well, then I suppose if you never knew, you were more successful than we thought.
Then I found out recently the truth.
Well, to some extent, you find out what we allow you to know. Which, of course, will be widened greatly once you join our ranks. So, There are some other things about him I have to ask you. If you had to take a guess, what would you say exactly is happening? I mean, perhaps you're not a scientist, but does it appear to be something going on with his brain, some outer force, some hallucinogenic, perhaps?
Well, I think something influenced him that made his brain go. They used some sort of mind trick or whatever crap they used. They used something. Someone in the cult. They had this way. Bless you. They had this way that could make their members twisted and sick. So they persuaded Brian. They used their ways and they made him messed up in the head, but still, Brian is still Brian. He's still a good person. It's not his fault that was happening to him.
Though I don't think that any outside force would have been able to do this. That's my personal opinion. But it is possible, and though that I do understand your point, let's remember not to leave anything in particular out or say that any of that is impossible. There's a wide variety of things that could have happened to him, and if we really want to be able to get to the bottom of this, we should be ready to think about and consider any means of hypnosis, if you will.
So, I'm sorry, repeat that? Well, boil it down to the point. Don't repeat everything you said, just what do you want? Which is the question, basically.
What I mean is, let's not leave anything out of the investigation. We know very little about it. We know that some outside force corrupted Brian, and we know that the only people who are unsuspect are, I think you know who isn't suspect. It's you, I, and Kevin, basically. That's about it. And of course, other organization members, we can trust them, but anyone else, anything else is suspect. So we have to keep our guard at all times.
So basically don't trust anybody besides the organization.
Precisely. Everyone outside is target. Everyone else outside is suspect. You would do well to have this in your mind at many times and at all times. I also had to know, was there anyone in particular, an actual person that you could link this to, or clueless? Be completely honest, of course.
Well, he's hanging around with a kid. I can't believe an organization member, but do you know Joe in your organization? He was hanging around with him a lot before this happened. But I don't blame Joe. I think the reason why he's hanging around with Joe a lot was because Joe was wanting him to come to him. Because Joe wanted him to talk sense to him. So I think Joe knew what was happening, but I think Joe was a good part of it. So I don't know who could have been making him like this. I mean,
Of course. One of the greatest questions at the moment is what or who caused this?
yep.
What was the strangest thing you noticed happening? Out of all of the symptoms.
Well,
Was there anything extremely out of character for him?
when he once we were at the park, we always hung out there at the picnic tables. I said, "How you feeling? You've been at it all day." I'm fine. And I said, "You gonna be okay soon?" He said, "Oh yeah, everything's gonna get better." Then he went, almost like a type. He looked away like this creepy smile, evil, almost.
Sickening. Although, as you know, we're supposed to keep anything personal aside, I can't help but be disgusted at whatever happened to him. That's
Anything
why-
else? Nothing more.
That's all we need to know for now.
It was nice having you.
Thank you. I'll be on my way then.
Well, he was pretty nice. God. Good. Gosh, I'm tired. I don't, I'm really worried about Kevin. But that guy could be of help. Holy shit. The door is open. I fucking locked it. I fucking locked it.